Hello guys, hello. I cannot believe this is what we're doing today. Cannot believe it. I'm gonna give everyone just a minute to hop on. I'm gonna pull it up on my computer just because sometimes Facebook doesn't like to show me comments. Okay. Hello guys. Oh my gosh, y'all. So, I hope you're having a good night or day. Hey Paige, I'm in Tennessee too. Where are you at? Oh my gosh, okay, let's shake it off. So, it was funny because when I was talking about doing this training with the lovely ladies that run this, it's just a crazy experience right now because this page is a page that I watched and watched and watched. Hey Becky. And to be speaking for y'all is just crazy. Very crazy. So I hope y'all are having a good night. I see y'all are already dropping in the comments where you're coming from. I love that. I love that that is this page's thing. So I love seeing where everyone's from. I'm going to go ahead and do my intro while we're waiting for everybody to pop on. My name is Whitney Hebel. I am the Superstar Director for Simply Grace and Grit. Whoop, whoop. I started my business in September of 2017. We were at Fort Stewart, Georgia at the time. So, which is crazy. So I'm a military wife, Army wife, whoop, whoop. We moved from Fort Stewart, Georgia to Fort Drum, New York. That is where my business got serious. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then we just moved to, Eric moved to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, just about 6 months ago. So we're in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is amazing. I'm so happy to be back in the South after being in Fort Drum, New York, where they average over 100 inches of snow a year. It's just not my love language, okay? But I will forever be grateful for being there because it was a game changer for my business. So like I said, I joined September 2017. I joined to make a couple hundred extra bucks to go to the beach and hang out with my family. We love going to the beach. We're beach people. And it was really just for fun. I went to my first world tour that January. So just a few months after I joined. The only person I knew was my sponsor, and I hadn't seen her in years. So I showed up scared, but that's when they announced the incentive trip to Mexico. And I had never been to Mexico at that point. So I was like, I want to go to Mexico, a free trip. Like, what's the catch here, you know? But I decided I was going to earn that. So as a star consultant, I earned my first incentive trip. And after that, honestly, my business slowed down. And that's not what usually happens after an incentive trip. But after that, my business slowed down. Other things took priority. My business was not a priority. And hey, Anna. Hey, Shanika. And it was just kind of a thing. I was the Cincy consultant of our neighborhood. I never partied. I never followed up. I never did all of the things I'm going to talk to you about tonight because I wasn't running a business, okay? Fast forward, we moved to Fort Drum, New York in 2019. We knew that Eric was deploying. We knew that both our boys would be in full-time school. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, 2 boys. And at that point, we had to sit down and decide if we were going to, or if I was going to, going to go back to work full-time, or ding, 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 if we were going to really have me focus on Cincy, okay? Like I said, we knew Eric was deploying a few months later, and we obviously decided to focus on Cincy. That same month, that was July 2019, I went to my first SFR at in Austin, Texas, as a star consultant. Next month promoted to superstar, next month promoted to director, because July 2019 was the pivotal moment of my business where me and my husband, like I said, sat down, had that conversation, and decided that this was no longer going to be a hobby, but it was going to be a real business. I didn't even know what that meant, a real business. I've never been a business owner. I've done 2 direct sales before Cincy. And I just knew that sales is where I needed to start. I needed to start with my PRV. I needed it high, and I needed to focus on my current customers to get more customers, because where I was at my point in my business right then, I knew was not going to bring in what I wanted as far as income, and I knew that it wasn't practical. It wasn't something, I didn't want to do what I was doing then for the rest of my life. So I always say the reason that I joined is not the reason I'm here. Since July 2019, obviously, COVID happened. Eric left the day the NBA closed. I promoted to star director while he was gone, and then not long after that, SSD. So, quite a whirlwind, but I will say that I've been at many parts of my business, but since July 2019, this has become not only a steady income, but it has changed our lives. It has changed my husband's life. It has changed my boys' lives. It has changed the future of my boys. And I have so much more to do. I'm not even halfway done. So I'm excited to be talking to y'all tonight about this, because it really is near and dear to my heart. Because like I said, when I made that decision that this was going to be a real business, sales was the first thing that I focused on, because I knew that I had to be high. Okay, so that's a little about me. I'm also a dog mom. We have 4 dogs. We foster dogs. We have 2 hedgehogs. We just got a bunny. We have 2 fish. Like, we just have a whole zoo over here. It's a thing. My husband, like I said, is in the military. My boys do sports. We're always going somewhere. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is these excuses. I love my team. I love my leaders. I love my directors. And I love hard, but I only want to hear your excuse or your problem once, because after that, we're going to talk about how we're going to get out of that, or how we're changing, or what we're doing to fix that problem. Okay. So whatever excuses you're using for yourself this month, last month, let's just, like, December's gone. I don't want to hear that month for a while, but December's gone. Whatever excuse you're giving yourself as to why you don't have high PRV, why you're not doing certain things, you got to get rid of it. You got to take it, ball it up, and throw it out the window, because what we're going to talk about tonight are things that we're going to do to move forward. We're not talking about December. We're not talking about why we can't do these things, because it is a choice for you to decide for this business to be something bigger than yourself, something bigger than you ever imagined, something you probably have never even dreamed of. And that all starts with sales. And I truly believe that's why PRV is so important, because it is the base of your biz. Just like our income, there is no cap of sales that you can have in this business. How amazing is that, right? We do have a minimum for leaders, but we don't have a cap. And I truly believe that with your PRV, the effort you put in is the effort you put out. It's one thing in your business that you can 100% control, because what you put into getting your sales is what you're going to get in return. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That doesn't mean it's going to be, to come to you just like that, right? It's something you're going to have to work on. You're going to have that self-reflection with yourself to work on things. Hey, Kayla, you're going to have to change what you're doing, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. So if you're in a spot with your sales, or maybe even in your business where you don't feel like this is working for you, I want you to make it work for you. Okay, I want you to make that choice tonight that you're going to make this business work for you in 2023, because I'm here to tell you that you can do that. With PRV, or with high PRV, is going to be endless opportunities for your business. Okay, that's where it all starts. We have a ladder of success that we talk about a lot. The 3 rungs on the ladder are PRV, sales, and then coaching and training. Those are the 3 things to focus on in our business as a leader. That PRV, you cannot go to the next step until you have that PRV squared away. And like I said, with that is going to be the opportunity. So that's going to come from a bigger customer base, means more people you're talking to, more people you're asking to party, more people you're asking to eventually join, more people you're building conversations and relationships with. And it's going to be like a snowball effect where it's just going to keep growing and growing. I do have my notes down here because I will squirrel, so please excuse me while I'm looking down. But the PRV is the base of your business, okay? So that's why we're fixed on this. If you're a leader, that means if you are leading above, I don't care if you have 1 person in your downline or you have 5,000 in your downline, your PRV first. Your PRV first. Before you go and sponsor more people this month, or before you even go and train and coach your team, you need to know where your PRV is going to come from, okay? And I say that because, 1, you got to have your 500 minimum, right? We, in our group, we recognize 500 by the 5th with our leaders. We recognize active by the 5th. We recognize 500 by the 15th. Me personally, I want my 2K by the 15th, no later, minimum, right? Because I want the second half of the month, I want to be able to still party and still get my PRV, but I want to be able to focus on my team and help them get where they need to be, okay? And all this high PRV talk is going to give you the experience to be able to work with your team and to be able to say, yes, I've been there. Yes, I've struggled. This is what I did. This is what I didn't do. And that is what Cincy is all about, right? So I do want to say that after this training, if you try some things that I'm talking about and it works for you, share that. Because I know that myself and tons of other leaders in this business would literally not be anywhere close to where we are without the help of other leaders, okay? Someone commented about my mock party. I do have a mock party. It is for new consultants who don't know exactly, what to do, where to turn. Maybe they don't have a sponsor. Maybe they don't know what to share. But when I was a very young consultant, when I was trying to earn that first trip to Mexico as a star consultant, I had a mock party that someone had shared with me that literally changed the game for me. It showed me what to focus on. It reassured me in the direction I was going. And it really just, something so simple helped. So you don't ever know what you're sharing or what little thing you're doing can totally change someone else's business, okay? So let's get into it. First things first, we're going to shoot high. When I say shoot high, that's going to be relative to you. You get to decide what's high. You get to decide what you want your goal to be, because this is your business. I can tell you what my goals were at that time. When I started this business, I was told 2K PRV. At that point, I had never gotten 2K PRV, and I literally laughed and was like, sure, I'll tell you what you want to hear. I'll try and get 2K PRV. Yeah, girl. Wink, wink. No. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do those kind of numbers. But like I said, now my minimum is 2K by the 15th. That's my goal, right? So I want you to shoot high and know that 2K is that automatic $600 paycheck with the extra 5% commission. And once you're hitting that 2K, I want you to up it. But if you're not there or anywhere close to there, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take the PRV, your PRV from the last 6 months in your business, and I want you to average it. So you're going to add up your PRV totals for the last 6 months and divide it by 6. From that, that's going to be your average PRV for the last 6 months that you've gotten. Then I want you to up it by 300 to 500, and I want that to be your next goal, right? So say you're at 1,500. Your next goal is going to be 18 to 2K PRV. If your current average is, say, just active, that's awesome. We're going to up that to we'll just go ahead and say 500, right? Because if you are doing 200 now and your goal is 2K, but it takes you 6 months to get there, you may get discouraged very easily because that's going to be kind of far away. If you're getting 200 PRV, you're probably maybe not partying, maybe one party a month. You probably have some good customers that support you, but it's going to take some work to get to that 2K, right? So average those last 6 months, add 300 to 500, and that's what I want you to do once you hit those, right? So once you hit your next goal, then you up it to 300 to 500 more. I say 300 to 500 because my average party is 300 to 500, so I know that's one more party on the books, okay? Some of you are already hitting 2K. That is awesome. Up it, right? If you're trying to build a big, huge, booming business, you're going to want to keep upping that PRV. Now, the other side of that is if you're like, I'm a 2K'er, I love my 2K, that is what I'm happy with, and I don't want to push myself with more PRV, that's your choice, right? Because that's your business. And the other part of that is anytime that you want to make a change to that, make the change, make the plan, and start working towards it, okay? Annual sales, that's $2,500 per month, okay? To get that 30K in sales and to get that 1K bonus in that award. That's a great goal to have, right? 2,500 PRV a month, that's a lot of orders, that's a lot of customers, that's a lot of following up, that's a lot of parties, that's a lot of potential growth, that's a lot of potential teamies, right? And so the higher your PRV, the more opportunities you're going to have to grow your business. She said, my goal is always 2,000. That's amazing, right? Once you hit that 2,000 though, 3 to 6 months in a row, I want you to up it, right? Because there's so much more you can do in this business, okay? Sorry, I'm fixing my camera. So let's talk about the high. So we know that we want to shoot high. That's going to be relative to you, right? What high means. And I'm assuming you want as high as you can get right now because you're watching this training and that's what the training is called. Let's talk about how we're going to get those, that high PRV. And I may make some people mad, but here is how I did it. And here is how I suggest that you do it. Cincy is a party plan company. A party plan company. What does that mean? That means that we use parties to market and sell our products. The hosts get the rewards and we get new customers. Okay? That is a party plan company. That means that we are using the party plan, the party outline. You know I will, Anya. To grow our business. Now, when you think of party, drop it in the comments. What do you think? What kind of party do you think? Because everyone has it in their mind what a party means. When I first started, I thought party meant in home. And I was like, that's a no for me. Right? Some people automatically think Facebook party. Some people think in home, like I just said. Some people think online, right? I'm here to tell you that there is no one way to party. Look at Sylvia coming in with all the answers. There's no one way to party. There are so many different ways, but that consistent partying is going to mean that consistent growth in your business, okay? So this is how your business is going to grow over and over. It's up to you what you do after that party or even in that party. That's a whole nother training. But the party is the beginning, an opportunity for you to grow that business, okay? So customer service is next. You're going to set yourself apart, build a relationship, and take care of them, okay? Now let's talk about the different kinds of parties. First one I'm going to talk about is the online party. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. The online party, that is the OG, that is my jam. I am all about a Facebook party. That is what July 2019, y'all. This is right before COVID started. So I will tell you that that is all I did pretty much at first. I'm going to write down questions as I see them too. Just so I remember to answer them at the end. So online, that could mean Facebook. That could mean Zoom. That could mean a bingo. That could mean so many different kinds of online. Let me see here. So to go into online parties, you can check out a mock party. You can check out YouTube. You can Google it. Literally, there's so many different things you can do. You can do a bag or a pouch party. In-home, you can do a fundraiser. Now, some people will say, well, how is a fundraiser a party? Well, the definition of a party to me is to have someone that's not the host, right? That is going to introduce me to their family and friends. I'm going to get to that, Marcia. But I keep getting distracted by the comments. But the fundraiser, you're going to do that fundraiser for a host, right? Who's hosting that fundraiser? And then in that fundraiser, whatever you decide to give them, whether it be products or your commission or whatever it may be, that's a party, because you're getting all of these new opportunities and not all these new contacts to build relationships with, right? So a fundraiser is a party. Personal shopping links, scrolling parties. There's tons and tons of ideas in the comments, okay? But the best advice I can give you about partying is that you always book a party from a party. So with that, you can use a few different things. Let me see in here. Okay, so you can use the perpetual party reward, which that is actually what that's for. I know that may not have clicked for some of you. It didn't click for me at first. But that is literally something that Scentsy gives us to use for people who have a party booked from a party. So one thing that I always do to make that happen is I ask my current hosts one-on-one, and some people actually do this in the party too, to nominate who's going to host next. Who do you nominate to host next? Nominate 2 to 3 people to host next, depending on the size of the party. Nominate 5 people to host next. And then you're going to message them and you're going to say, hey, Pam, Patty Q nominated you to host the next party. I have February 17th and 23rd. You let me know what works best for you. Okay? Boom. So all you have to do is start that conversation. They're either going to say, oh my God, awesome, 17th works for me. They're going to say, no thanks, I'm not interested. Or they're going to ghost you. None of those will kill you. But you've had that conversation, right? You've opened up that line. You've told them that their friend has nominated them. You can also do that in the party and say, hey, Patty Q, I want you to nominate 5 people to host the next party. This one is amazing. I can't wait to spoil our next host, right? Make it sound like you. But the goal is to always book a party from a party. If you want to use that incentive of the perpetual party reward, you can. If you don't have to, I guess, but that would probably be the right thing to do. You can even do a personal special, right? And the biggest thing is that you have to ask. Parties are not going to come to you. And they may come here and there, especially at first when you're building your business. But the goal, especially if you're a new consultant, the goal of your business to grow is to get outside your circle of family and friends. They're amazing. Your family and friends are probably really supportive of you. They're excited about your new business. But the goal is to have the customer base outside of those people. You want to have customers that you only know because of Scentsy. You want teamies because you met them at a party and they became a teammate, okay? That is the goal, right? So having those friends and family start you off is awesome, but you have to book the parties from those parties to grow and continue to connect with their friends and family that you don't know yet. But you have to ask. You have to have those conversations. Like I said, you're going to get one of 3 things happen to you, and they're all okay. honestly, with me, the no's expected, because when the yes is a yes, it's just that much better, okay? Some other ways to ask. So these are just some I went through and looked up what I've done in the past. Hey, Susie Q, would you like to get some free smell goods? Question mark. That's it, okay? We're not word vomiting. We're not writing a paragraph. If I open a message and there's a paragraph, I won't read it. That's just who I am as a person. So I like to keep things short and sweet, to the point. They know that I want them to host a party. I try and stay away from that word. But, hey, Susie Q, would you like to get some free smell goods? They know I'm a Scentsy consultant. I've been doing this for 5 years, right? And if they don't know, they do now. Hey, lady, so January is double half off for host rewards. Would you be interested in doing a scent event to get some free and half off Scentsy? Again, no word of party. But it sounds like me. I say, hey, lady, all the time. I don't know why. But here's an incentive. Would you be interested in doing one? You can even put the dates on the end of that, too. Good morning. Here's another one. Good morning. I'm offering a free mini warmer of your choice with hosting a qualifying scent event this month. Are you interested? Question mark. Okay, these are all things that I've done in the past to book parties. Again, one of 3 things happened. They said, yes, oh my gosh, I'm so in. They said, no, thank you, or they ignored me. I asked so many people to party that I forget who I asked to party, because that's how many people I'm asking. And I'll talk about that in a little bit too. I messaged them. So everything, Tracy, that I do, 98% of my business is on Facebook. Okay. I do, I'm starting my first scroll party this week. But I do bag parties, and I do fundraisers. I try to do at least one fundraiser a month. I'll talk about that in a minute. But a majority of my interaction is through Facebook Messenger. And then the other one is one that I just said about being nominated, okay? So we're going to look for cues to ask or reply with. So if someone's talking about how they will love this warmer, or someone's talking about how they really need a refill on pods, and they will get to it, or whatever it may be. All you have to respond with is, I'd love to help you get that for free. Are you interested? I do like to always end in a question, so that way they know I'm expecting some kind of reply. But all of this language has been changed over the years. I used to write a book. I used to tell them my life story. I used to tell them all of their rewards up front, and first things first, and let them know that my hostess gets spoiled and we get free and half Scentsy, and they'll get an extra incentive from me, and all of these things that they didn't need to know. I just need to know if they want to party, right? Someone who says they can't order a lot because of money but wish they could, that's a sign to say, I'd love to help you get it for free and half off. Someone who loves a consumable product, girl, you are ordering too many of these pods. Let's get your next order for free. Someone who wants more. When you're following up with people and you're talking to people about your products and you can just tell they love this, I mean, who doesn't, right? You're going to offer that to them. You're going to offer your customers to get the best bang for their buck, because that's what we're here to do as their consultants. We want to help them. Yes, they're partying with you, but in the end, our rewards are amazing, and we need to stick by that and know that us hosting a party with them, they're getting an awesome deal too, okay? Keep it short and simple. Like I said, let them lead the conversation. We don't have to give them all the information up front. Read what you send before you send it. Here's another thing I get all the time. I don't want to be spammy. Okay, then don't be Pammy the spammy or spammy the Pammy. Don't do it. Read it before you send it. See if it makes you feel good. See if it gives you the heebie-jeebies, like, that doesn't sound like me, or no, that doesn't sit well. Then you don't send it, okay? Read what you send. Does it make you feel good? Is your customer in your best interest? Okay, and I think that's something we miss a lot. because we're always like, I need someone to host a party for me. I need a hostess. I need more customer. I. When you start changing your mindset with, how can I help them? How can I help you get the best bang for your buck? How can I help you get that warmer for half off? How can I make you happy? Right? The customer's always right? So we want to make them happy. We want to have that conversation and build that relationship with them so they even trust that we're not just out for another party or another sale, okay? ATF. So this is something that I actually started with sponsoring, but it goes over into partying too. ATF, ask, track, follow up. Because when anyone in my team comes to me and they say, like I said at the beginning, those excuses of, no one wants to party, no one's answering me, everyone's saying no, my party's a bust, right? All these excuses as to why they're not having their PRV. The first thing I'm going to ask them is, how many people have you asked to party this month? How many conversations are you having? Usually the answer is, I don't know. I feel like I've asked so many. Okay, well, you go back and count how many and get back to me with how many you're actually having. Usually the number is really low because when we get consumed with something like what we want in our business, we think we're doing it a lot because it's always in the back of our mind, or we're always thinking about it, or it's stressing us out, right? But when you start asking, tracking, and following up, it's going to be a piece of paper that shows you exactly how many conversations you're having, what they said, and when you can follow up with them. Same thing with sponsoring, different training. But it's just going to give you that, hard copy of how you're working. And that can literally just be a list of names of who you've asked. And I want you to shoot for at least 30 a month. That's 1 a day, 7 a week, however you look at it. Same thing for sponsoring, okay? Now, if you're a leader, or even if you're not a leader, you're on hopefully a team page. Your director should have one, or maybe they don't, but get together with your Scentsy people, whatever that may look like, and I want you to do a blitz, a booking blitz. And one of our directors, Brittany Bryant, is doing a training on this. Is it tomorrow? Oh my gosh, it's tomorrow. But a booking blitz is just time that you set aside to ask a certain amount of people to party. We did one over the holidays, huge hit. There is power in doing this business together. There is power in having that accountability with people who are working on the same things that you're working on. So do the booking blitz. And if you don't have anybody, you need to reach out to your Scentsy friends and make some. You need to go to an event and meet some of your Scentsy people, because it's 20 times better to do this business with a group of people who are like-minded and working towards some of the same goals that you are. But if you're not there yet, do one on your own. I used to do them on my own all the time. And it's just literally intentional time that you set aside to ask people. I always make my list first. And then I go through, and depending on what we talked about last, that's how I ask them to party, okay? So do that booking blitz. Any questions about partying? It's really hard to be able to go through all of them and all the options, because there's just so many different ways to do it. The one thing I will say about partying, and I had it somewhere on here, find the way that you like to do it. Find the way that works for you. Find the way that's enjoyable. Stick to it. Self-reflect and perfect that type of party, but also be open to other ways to party, okay? So, like I said, Facebook is my go-to, but you want a bag party, you got a bag party. I'm going to YouTube bag party, and I'm going to figure out what I'm putting in there, right? You want a scroll party? Gotcha, girl. We're going to do that this week, okay? But always find what works for you. All right, next we're going to talk about club. Another way to get high PRV. So a while back, and it depends on the month, and there's some serious bosses in the club, not gonna lie. But I feel like when we're talking about Scentsy as a whole, we have to talk maybe more towards the new consultants. and take it back to the basics of this business, okay? But let's talk about Club for a little bit. So with Club, we all know, or we should know, that what a great opportunity. First of all, the fact that we have this program that we can benefit from as a customer. I'm my best customer, by the way, but that we can benefit from, but that also our customers can benefit from. That means that people who are our frequent flyers, our frequent buyers, our best customers, they get rewarded for purchasing Scentsy now, okay? And it's all about how you talk about it and how often you talk about it, okay? So this is something that we lose sight of. But there's a few really good opportunities to start building your club members, okay? First is bring back my bar. Ding, ding, ding. That's what we're doing this month, right? So people are going to need to smell these scents. So I did get the bundle. I will always get the bundle. I not only send out samples to people who request them through my Google form, but I also use that as a host exclusive. So the first 4 people who booked a party with me this month, they are getting a cube set, which is just 1 cube of each scent, okay? They're gonna fall in love with these scents, and they're gonna want to have them forever and ever, amen, because some of them are really, really good. So that's why I'm going to have the conversation about the club, okay? And it is a club. We want to talk about the brand of the club because that is what it is. We don't want to lose sight of that. But we want to talk more about the perks of the club, right? Again, our customer is in our best interest, right? So if you're like, oh my gosh, girl, you should join the club. You love Scentsy. That's awesome. But what does that mean to them, okay? So bring back my bar. Someone wants to talk about how much they love, I don't know. I don't even have any, I do have a thing right here. Autumn Blaze Maple. Oh my gosh, girl, this is so good. Did you know that Scentsy will make that for you forever? Question mark. Simple, short, to the point, right? And they're gonna be like, what do you mean? Okay, well, let me tell you, right? Starting that conversation with just a question, short and simple, in their best interest. End of a catalog. That's next month. That's 2 months in a row that we had the opportunity to talk about club, right? End of a catalog. That means scents are going to discontinue, and we don't ever know if they're coming back until the next catalog is leaked or shown, or whatever you want to call it. So if Very Snowy Spruce ever goes away, I know there will be a riot, but if you don't want to take any chances in losing Very Snowy Spruce, you might want to put it in your quarterly club and get 2 bars between now and the next time it's supposed to be available, right? Or I don't want to get too personal, but Pink Cotton, like where you at? I have it in my club, right? Because they're always going to make it for me. But those people who love these scents and order them all the time, that's an opportunity for you to talk to them about the perks of it. LTO scents. Y'all, we have so many LTO scents. Every single month we have wax bars that are LTOs. That is an opportunity for you to build your business. For you to either get those bars with rewards or to purchase them, get paid off that purchase, to then sample out to your customers. And they could fall in love with it so much that they don't ever want to go without it, okay? So bring back my bar, end of a catalog, LTO scents, those are all opportunities to talk about the club. And that's just for always get my bar. There's so many other perks, okay? So orders of 30, obviously get 10% off. Susie Q, girl, you are ordering multiple times a month, every month. Did you know that you could be getting 10% off every single order? What do you mean? Right? There's the conversation. Same thing for 60 or more. Okay, girl, you're ordering $100 every month and you always get those whiffs. Did you know that you could get those whiffs for half off and get 10% off your order? Best interest of your customer, right? You can also do the Scentsy bricks. Someone who goes through wax like crazy, they need bricks, or they love a scent, they want bricks. And then one that we don't talk about a lot, Club gets discounted shipping, right? They get discounted shipping compared to ordering off our website. And I know that because I have multiple clubs, because I'm a firm believer that if you're going to promote the club, you should know how it works, the ins and outs, what kind of notifications you're getting, what kind of reminders you get, what the verbiage is. And you're not going to be able to know all that if you don't have a club order yourself. Okay? The only thing that we can't see are the rewards that they get, but that is literally just an option at checkout that they can add to their total to redeem their rewards, okay? So if you're a consultant that wants to start sharing about the club, make yourself a club, even if it just has one bar in it, okay? And then every time you get that club, you're gonna share it. You're gonna say, I just put all my bars on the floor, but you're gonna say, oh my gosh, my club is here. I never have to go without all of my amazing scents. Thank you, Scentsy Club, right? So that wording, that verbiage, always get my bar. I'm getting a discount. I'm getting discounted shipping. I'm getting half off items. This month I got my brick half off. Last month I got my whiff box, okay? Right? So all of these things are conversation starters. We lose sight of club, but there's so many more perks for us too of club if you're not familiar with it. That is sales that you do still have. A lot of people say you don't have to work for it. You do have to work for it. My clubbers get the best customer service. My clubbers got a sample of every single Bring Back My Bar because they're giving me PRV. They're giving me sales either every month, every 2 months, or every 3 months. Okay, so they got a sample of each one because hopefully they're going to love some of these. They already have a club order. They're going to build that club order, and that club order is going to get larger because they know that these scents are leaving at the end of the month, okay? So make sure that you're sharing that consistently, and make sure you're sharing that in a way that's beneficial to them, okay? Say less. Ashley, say less. Just start with one benefit. Whatever benefit you think would help your customer the most, start with that by just saying, hey girl, did you order frequently? Did you know you could be getting your order on sale? Something just short and simple to start that conversation, okay? Yes, the clubbers are the VIPs. The clubbers are the OGs. Like, they are just the bee's knees. They are all the things, right? Because they have that reoccurring sales with you. Okay, next one, because I'm running out of time already. Events. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, we just moved to a brand new area. This is my third location, my third house that I've had in my business in 5 years. So, I am very intentional about how I grow my business when I move, because it is so important. And one of the things that I always do, even though it's super, super uncomfortable, are events. Events are a great option if you're new to the area or if you're just looking to grow your customer base. That in-person interaction is what our business is literally all about. So for events, obviously you can use it for sales. That is the reason for them. But I used to I like to do smaller events. I don't like the big shows. I don't like to have a ton of stock on hand. I'm OCD about my house. I don't like a bunch of clutter. It's just not me. But I do love to do those smaller events. We have Spouses Club through the military. I love to do their luncheons. I love to do smaller size events to really have the opportunity to build connections with people in my community. So I used to get really discouraged from not having a ton of sales, right? So usually with me, my events are really all on, or they're like really, really bad. But even in the really, really bad ones, it's such a great opportunity to just be able to talk to people and get to know them and get to know other vendors as well, right? Because if you make friends with vendors, they're going to tell you, here are the best shows, here are the most interactive people, here are where my best sales are. Because you're not just looking for new customers for the people that are attending, but some of my best customers have been from other people who are there for vendors, okay? So regardless of the event, say no one shows up to the event, you're still meeting someone because you have people on both sides of you to talk to, okay? So it's a great opportunity to make those in-person connections. It's a great way to get to know people. The most important advice I have about events, because I'm running out of time, is to do some type of giveaway. Okay? Because what you're going to do is I have a QR code. It goes to a Google form, and it's very simple. It has their name, their email, their phone number, and if they want free Scentsy. It just says, do you want free Scentsy? Yes or no? Now I have all their information I can put in my workstation, and now they're on my weekly newsletter, okay? They are going to get emails from me until it's all gone. Usually I do, the last couple I've done a Scentsy blanket because I had so many of the purple ones, but I'll do a 6-pack of wax from my stock. They get to pick. Sometimes I pick. I'm saying, here you go, here's your wax, okay? Now, events, the way that I find those is usually every big city will have vendor-specific events, like ours is Clarksville Vendor and Events. That is a group in the area where people go to share their shows coming up, okay? Other ways I have found them is word of mouth. Like I said, I like to involve myself, so we foster dogs, so I always try and do whatever they're doing. I always donate to that. The Spouses Club, like I mentioned, I volunteer with them, so whenever they have vendors, they know that I'm interested. So we've been here 6 months, and I've still made a good connection with people. And I'm going to tell you a few more things since we're talking about being new to an area. Not just events, but being intentional with how you're sharing. So when we first moved here, sometimes neighborhood events are neighborhood groups are kind of weird about who shares what and MLMs and all that kind of stuff. So when we moved here, I, of course, introduced ourselves, my family, who we are, where we're coming from, that Eric's in the Army, and that I'm your new Scentsy girl. I got at least 4 to 5 customers just from that one post. It wasn't salesy. It wasn't spammy. It just let them know who I am, okay? Oh, that's a whole nother training, Ashley. I'm sorry. I don't want to get too far off. But when you're new to an area, just share that you're the Scentsy girl. I have a sticker on the back of my car. I had multiple people in the neighborhood. Oh my gosh, you're the Scentsy girl. They'll message me through my website just because of that sticker. The other day, I was walking my dogs. I had a Scentsy sweatshirt on. Oh my gosh, you're the Scentsy girl. I've been wanting to meet you. I thought it'd be weird to reach out on social media. Girl, do you know what I do for a living? But she's my new customer. She loves weathered leather. I need some weathered leather. Right? So I'm super intentional with who I'm sharing and how I'm sharing. Anybody that I meet in person, I add them on Facebook. And I know some people are weird about that. I don't usually add anyone that I don't personally know on Facebook, but I meet them out and about, or I meet them at like a neighborhood get together or a kids event or anything like that, I'll find them on Facebook and add them, okay? That way, they're going to start seeing my posts. They're going to know that I sell Scentsy whether I say it or not directly to them, okay? So share that you're the Scentsy girl and do it in a way that's authentic to you. Okay, next thing for sales is going to be the follow-up. Follow-up. Now, rest in peace, Amy. I miss you. But we are finding a way to touch base with our customers. If that means that you have to go to your contacts tab and print off in last purchased order for the last 3 months of people that you need to follow up with and print that, that's what we're going to do. If you need to go through your orders tab and you just need to run to see who all ordered in November because you haven't followed up with them yet, that's what we're going to do, okay? You have to find a system that works for you. If that system is pulling up your order history, let that be your system. My system right now is every single week I have a day on the calendar where I'm doing my follow-ups and just making sure that I'm up to date with them, okay? because we sell a consumable product, which is one of the reasons I picked Scentsy. Because my previous 2 direct sales, I did not have a consumable product. That is a game changer, okay? Not only do we have customers, but we have repeat customers. And if they love our products, they could be repeat customers every few weeks, right? So that follow-up with them, and it's not always following up about the product. It's following up about them, about what they're doing, about how things are going, about Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it may be. Touching base with your customers. So 1, you're staying fresh in your mind, and 2, that they know, again, that you're not just taking a sale and running. So follow up with your customers, whatever that may look like, and do it consistently, because that's what's most important. Another idea for mystery, PRV and sales are mystery bags, scent crates, whatever you want to call them. Felicia, I follow up, so I thank them as soon as they order, within 24 hours, whether it be Facebook Messenger, text message, or email. If there's someone I don't know, I will email them. Just because I've tried text in the past and I never got a response. I always get a response off email, and I think that's because I probably would be the same way. If some stranger texts me, I'm not texting you back, but if you email me, that's more of a informal way to touch base. But I thank them as soon as they order, within 24 hours, and I do 2 weeks and then 3 months. So if someone's in that range of in between the 2 weeks and the 3 months, because I just feel like by 3 months you should need a wax reorder or whatever it may be, or just touching base with them. So that's how I follow up. But mystery bags, scent crates, scented boxes, whatever you want to call them. A lot of people, and myself included, get really discouraged for doing these, because when you first start, you're gonna need to expect to start small. Okay, so that means maybe you're offering 12 and you only sell 6. Don't get discouraged to the point where you're gonna stop doing them, because those 6 people are that's still sales, okay? Now, there's different ways that you can do these. I did them pretty much every other month last year. My goal this year is to do them every month. There's a few things with the scent crates I'll give you tips on. I'm still trying to build this up, but one is consistently do them and offer them. You can either order your stuff ahead of time, and then that way when you say, I have 10 bags, that's it, take it or leave it, 10 and done, right? There's a chance that you can be left over with product if you don't sell all 10 bags. The other way is to take pre-orders, to know what your price point is, and to say, I'm gonna sell 12 of these, whatever it may be. You're gonna pre-order those, or do pre-orders for those. You're just gonna let those people know that it's not gonna ship until next month. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time for shipping and being able to put the boxes together and having them shipped out from you. Okay, that's another way to do it if you don't wanna put your money up front. The biggest thing is that you start small. The perks of having this type of mystery bag scent crate is, one, it may be a really good outlet for you and your business if you're really creative and you love putting stuff like that together. But the other thing is that you're able to offer your customers a box of products that is going to be worth more than what they pay. And you do that by putting it in through a party, right? So you use the rewards for free and half off, or maybe it's even stuff that you have on hand. You just have to be careful with compliance that you're not sharing what the contents are, right? So if you say mystery box, you can put the price point, but you can't put, hey, I have all of this for $25. Don't do that. You'll get complianced. Your price point is your choice. I have found that the lower the better, so I always do $25. I do charge them shipping. I charge them $8 shipping to ship from me. And it's just a way to have that contact with them. I have people who order them every single month. They don't care what the theme is. I was going to see if I had one of my printouts from earlier. They don't care what the theme is. They don't care what's in it. They want it every month because it's fun. Hold on a minute. Yes. Okay. So this month, I still have a couple left over, But one of the things that I do to try and grow that is referrals. So this just says, and this is one-on-one communication, refer a friend to next month's scent crate and you both get 50% off. Okay, so yes, that's going to lower their price, but if they're bringing me someone else that wouldn't originally have been a customer, that's going to be the price of the box anyways. That's worth it to me to be able to offer that to my customers. I love doing deals for them. I'm in a point in my business where I can. I wasn't always in a place where I could do that, okay? So where it doesn't have to be 50% for you, it could just say refer a friend to next month's scent crate and get a gift from me. That gift could be a sample, guys, okay? So do it on your scale of your business. Yes, there is an amazing group on Facebook. She put it in the comments. Thank you so much. I go there all the time. I share it, my stuff in there as much as I can. Yes, I will share the Canva link to that. Okay, so if you want to do those, if you want to try them, do it. Just remember to start small. Those kind of programs are going to come with time and trust to build really big, where people are going to start sharing what they're doing. So I have another one that says brag and tag. Share this on social media. Share your box, share me, share whatever, and get entered into a monthly drawing, okay? Again, that could be a mini warmer, that could be a diffuser, that could be a sample. Just do what is on scale for your business. The other thing for sales are gifts. So when I say gifts, I mean things that you put together. So I'm not going to go get them, but I have some soaks over there that are bundled with the hand cream. I did those for Christmas, right? So get creative. Valentine's Day is coming up. You don't have to have these products on hand to offer these bundles. You can get really creative and use Canva or any other type of program, or there's tons and tons and tons of groups of people and consultants amazingly sharing what they're doing and how they're doing it. And they already have the picture for you and they're letting you use the picture. Use those pictures. Offer those bundles, okay? Teacher gifts, Easter, Christmas, any holiday or deal. Hello, Nightmare Before Christmas buddies. What a hit, right? What a hit with those. Those were super good deal. And you best believe I offered them, I sold them, I took pictures of what I was doing, and I sold more. And I kept selling them, right? Yeah, and that's totally okay not to offer what I'm offering. You have to do what works for you and your business and where you're at, 100%. But with the gifts, get creative with that. But just remember that the decoration and the presentation, whatever you include with that gift, it cannot exceed 10% of the full retail value of Scentsy. That's the compliance rule, okay? I am not the compliance police, but I do want to make sure to mention that while you're putting these amazing bundles together, if you have a room spray and a scent circle, but you're putting it in a $10 mug, that might not work out, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? Feeling really rushed, but I have 3 more things to talk to you about. Okay, personal shopping links. So these are huge because a lot of people don't want to party right now. Party, right? Whatever they think that means, whether it be Facebook or in-home. They just want a personal shopping link to share with their friends. We have an amazing flash sale this week, okay? We're going to take this flash sale and we're going to have those turned into parties, okay? I personally offer to send people texts, right? Thank you so much for that, Genova. I really do appreciate that. I personally offer to send people text messages as reminders the day of the sale because Scentsy's not on everybody's mind like it is mine. It's not their full-time job. They'd love to get a sale on a product, but they're not always going to remember to stop doing what they're doing to go shopping. Crazy, right? Yeah. So if they're asking questions about the sale, if they want that text reminder, I'm asking them if they want a link to share with their friends. I do this every single flash sale. Why? Because first I just ask them, do you want a link to share with your friends for free and half goods? They're going to be like, what's that mean? And I'm going to explain it to them, but I'm not going to word vomit all over them first off, okay? I'm going to offer them that link. Some of my good customers, they already know every flash sale they're getting a link because they're going to share that with their family and friends. They're going to share that since he's having a flash sale, even though they're not a consultant, and they're going to give their friends that link to shop. A lot of times, people are really slow with shopping that they even shop when the party's over or when the flash sale's over. Okay, so I'm going to ask them if they want a link to share with their friends, and they're going to share that on their personal page. I'm going to tell them, you need to send this to, you should post, I'm going to give you some ideas. I want you, if you're interested, to share on your Facebook page. I want you to text it out to 10 friends, and I want you to email it to anyone who's not on Facebook. Okay, you can do that. You can do that. You can set up a shopping link for Susie Q because she's going to shop the flash sale that's coming Thursday. And she's going to share that party link with her friends and family and say, since he's having a flash sale up to 70%, $35 for 10 bars. If you need a refill, use my link. And then Susie Q is going to get those rewards, and I'm going to have new contacts from her friends, right? Now, if the link doesn't go well, say the shopping link is a dud, we are going to offer to do them a quick online event. Now, what that quickness looks like to you, again, is your choice. To me, I like to do a 3-day party. That is my bread and butter, 3 days. Some people like it to go for a week. Some people like it to go longer. If their link is not qualified, I'm going to say, your link hasn't qualified for free goods yet, but I'd love to do a quick online event for you to get you to some rewards. I would say probably 90% of the time the people say, sure, why not? Why not try it, right? And then again, we're going back to my bread and butter of Facebook parties where I'm going to meet these people. I'm going to be able to talk to them. They're going to see that I'm a real person on Facebook. I'm going to build that relationship with them even if they don't order, okay? So that's your goal on Thursday. I want you to have party upon party upon party links open for all the people that are interested in this flash sale. Okay. And make sure that you have one open too, because that is one of the perks of being a consultant is that we get to be a host too. I'm sorry, it's freezing, Jackie. I'm almost done. The next one is fundraisers. So I mentioned this earlier. I love to do, so I have a yearly buddy drive that has become very successful because of my customers. But I love to do fundraisers. I try and do at least one a month. Now, this is considered a party, like I mentioned earlier, if you're getting the organization involved. Okay, so things like the buddy drive, the huge children's hospital is not going to share that I'm doing a buddy drive for them. There's actually many of us that do a buddy drive for that hospital because it covers such a large area. But it is something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I love to give back. Not only do we obviously donate the buddies, but all of my commission from that goes to more buddies for the hospital or whatever they need. So that's something I do every year. This year, how many did we do, babe? 70 or 80, which was, when I started off doing it 3 years ago. The first year we did 30. So it has grown, and I love every minute of it. This month I'm doing Adopt a Cop. All I did was contact the local. The biggest thing with the fundraiser is that you get the organization's approval. Okay, you can't just say, oh, I want to do a fundraiser and start fundraising for someone. You can't do that since he doesn't want you to use your business to leverage or to use someone else's company to leverage your business. So I just called the local chief's office and just said, hey, I'd love to do a fundraiser for y'all for car kits for the officers' cars. They're like, yes, of course, we'd love that. So Adopt a Cop is this month. It's a $9 bundle that my customers can donate to. I also always donate to my fundraisers, but this way those are sales. So it is a car bar and a scent circle for $9. Okay. There are so many endless possibilities with the fundraiser. And a lot of people are really scared of it because they feel like they have to be very formal with it. I am the most informal person you will probably ever meet. Check the training on Workstation on what you have to do, like getting the permission of the organization. But even if you're doing a fundraiser for maybe your friend's daughter's a cheerleader and she needs she needs a new uniform. Hey Pam, let's do a fundraiser for Susie Q's uniform. What do you mean? You have a party and instead of the rewards, you get my commission. Yep. Okay. Now, some people are not going to be okay with that because they don't want to give up their commission. Again, not everyone's going to be in a place for that. You can do a PTO fundraiser where they get half your commission, or maybe they're doing, maybe someone else wants to do a fundraiser for a organization. That's a great way to party. They're introducing you to all their friends and family that are maybe connected to that organization. I've even had people on my team do a fundraiser for someone who needs help with money around the holidays. You have a party and I'll give you 10% of my commission or 20% of my commission or whatever they agree on, right? The biggest thing is that everything is set ahead of time, and it is a blessing to give back through your business. You can do it in a way that benefits you, or you can do it in a way that benefits someone else. But either way, we're in an incentive, and PRV points matter, right? So if you're in a place where you can do something like that, do it. Try it out. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be fancy. And bless someone with your business, okay? Whether that be through products or through your commission. So, LTOs. Has anybody wondered why I haven't talked about that yet? Anybody in the comments wondering, why is this girl not talking about LTOs? Okay. Limited time only products. I haven't talked about them yet because I have a love-hate relationship with them. Let's be really completely honest, because Sylvia beat me to it. LTOs in our business are amazing. There is nothing that I can say that I'm not going to tell you not to share them. I'm not going to tell you they're amazing. They have been the reason I've had my best months. Okay. Lauren, because LTO should not be the foundation to your business. The catalog should be. I actually just did my training for World Tour on the tools, and I talked about literally that sentence, because the way that I run my business, the way that I tell my team to run their business, the way that I tell my leaders to run their businesses, or at least recommend how to do it, is to build that first thing I talked about, which is partying, because that is how you're going to build the foundation to a long-standing, successful business. Here's why. LTOs are the extras. They're the sprinkles on your cupcake. They're the extras to your business. They're amazing, but they're too unpredictable to rely on, okay? What can you rely on? You can rely on people partying. And now, yes, it may be a flop, it may not, but again, what you put in is what you're going to put out. But you cannot build a strong foundation for a business on LTOs alone. So let's just agree, everybody agree, that we're going to stop relying on LTOs to keep your business afloat. We're going to stop relying on LTOs to keep your business afloat. I know it's the easy way to go. I know that it's sometimes the easy option, and I know they are awesome, but they are not guaranteed for you or your customers. And once you get into that mindset of knowing that PRV from those LTOs is not yours until that order is complete, We have to stop relying on it. We have to stop getting mad when we don't get the LTO that we promised our customers because we didn't set expectations for ourselves and for our customers. We have to start having that stability in our business to rely on the things that are going to build it big and wide, aka your customer base, okay? Now, LTOs are a great opportunity to have a new customer, right? Oh, what was the last thing? Sven, huge hit, right? Hopefully this is still not a sore spot for some of you. Sven was huge. It was amazing for me. It was amazing for others. But, Jessica, can you hear me? I'm sorry. Hopefully y'all can hear me. But a lot of people didn't get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of PRV because they didn't set expectations with an LTO. Okay? Okay, good. So I just want to say that things like flash sales are great. Things like our LTOs, Zoe that came out today, the Castle, all of those things are amazing. And they, how do I say this? They're a great part of our business. They're a big part of our business if we're going to be completely honest. But we can't base our monthly PRV around those. We don't know what our customers are really going to love and what they're really not going to love, right? What you can base your business around is consistently partying and have X amount of parties a month and putting in your business and getting that return back, right? So while those are awesome and while they can be a huge plus to your month, we cannot keep relying on being paid at title just because we have a flash sale or LTO. We have to really go back to the basics of all the things that I mentioned first to build that consistent, strong, wide foundation, okay? Yes, okay, Jessica, I got it. It's so hard to rise above that, right? But I truly believe, especially if you're a leader, that, and actually Dan said it today, you set the pace, right? So the way that you react to things is how your customers and your teammates are going to react to things. My teammates know that we don't do negativity. It's not that negativity isn't real. That's not the time and place to do it. And really, if you change your, the way you see LTOs to say, oh, like I was really nervous about Sven. I got to the point where I stopped taking money because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these, right? Thankfully, I did get all of them and everything worked out, but that's not the truth for everyone else, okay? So you will enjoy your business so much more if you change your mindset on those LTOs. Love them hard, but know that they're not reliable. They're not that reliable boyfriend you dated back in high school. They're not always going to be there. They're not always going to show up. They're going to leave with somebody else, and we're just going to keep going on our happy way, okay? That's all I got to say about LTOs. Now, I am done with all of my notes except the last thing. If you didn't hear anything else, I always like to give at least 1 point because sometimes I lose people. I just want you to consistently talk to people about your business and our products, okay? I love that we have social media. I love that we have YouTube. I love that we have all this opportunity to sell. Social selling is a thing. It's growing. Direct sales is a thing. It's growing. It's the new way to make money. But the one thing that's never going to go away is those relationships with your customers. And it's going to build your business in a way that cannot crumble, that will never go away because you've built such a strong foundation with these people, whether they're your customers or whether they are your future teammates or even your current teammates. And all of that comes from consistently having that one-on-one conversation. We got to stop posting and praying like we did in 2020 and even 2021. And we have to go back to the basics of partying and having those one-on-one conversations, getting to know people because they're buying from you. They love you. They return to you because they know you and they trust you. So keep on doing what you're doing. Know that you have a community surrounding you. You're never going to be alone in Cincy. And when you feel alone, just know that you aren't, and that this business, if you allow it, can be the biggest blessing for you, your family, your kids, and your kids' kids, and your kids' kids' kids. So work hard, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.